Welcome back to Popcorn and Pals, the podcast where we talk about all sorts of movies, good and bad, and we give you our completely unqualified takes on them. He's Zach, and I'm Justin, and today we're talking about the 1991 action movie that'll make you want to surf and rob a bank. It's Point Break. But before we get into it, how are we doing?
I thought you were going to be like, it'll make you want to be young, dumb, and full of cum.
Oh, I should have. Oh, you need, okay. When you have like a good line like that, you need to do the intro because it's a good one.
It's probably my favorite line of the whole movie. It's so dumb.
And it's right there in the first like 5 minutes. It's perfect.
I know, right?
Zachary, how are we doing? How are things?
Good. You know, okay. Something that grinds my gears that I've been thinking about lately. Cause like we just went through Comic-Con. Like I feel like this summer more so than like recent years since COVID is like full on, you know, movies are back, baby. We got big blockbusters. We got indie hits. We got all kinds of good stuff that's happening. Mm-hmm. And like, there's just like with this, like, for example, the Spider-Man movie or like the Odyssey and like some of these horror movies, which I think for horror makes more sense, but like there's so much around like this spoiler culture and it's really starting to just like drive me crazy.
Sure.
Not because I want to know spoilers or whatever, because like how secretive people are being about like ultimately the dumbest shit that doesn't fucking matter. It just drives me crazy.
Wait, hang on.
There's a spoiler for like who plays Agamemnon in the Odyssey. Who gives a shit? It's Agamemnon from the Odyssey. Who cares?
you were advocating for there's too much spoiler control. Like you don't know anything. That's what you're saying?
I don't care about not knowing stuff or knowing stuff. What drives me crazy is just like how everyone is like, you have to keep it a secret. Like Sadie Sink is in the new Spider-Man movie. For those spoilers, I won't like tell you who she is, right? Or whatever. But like she just went through an entire press junket having to like dodge questions for like 3 months because nobody would let her like, you know, say what character she was. Mm-hmm. And then ultimately I learned what character she is. I don't give a shit. It doesn't take anything away from a Spider-Man movie for me. I wasn't like, oh, are you kidding me? That's crazy. Oh my God. Like, this isn't the Sixth Sense where like the quality of the movie depends on not being spoiled. It's like, It's just secretive for secretive sake. I mean, it's complete marketing bullshit. It drives me crazy. I'm at my wit's end with like all these movies and all their spoilers.
Yeah.
That don't matter. That just don't matter.
I think you just hit the nail on the head. It's all marketing because it gets you talking about it and then it makes you want to go see. Because if you sit there and it doesn't matter if you find out who she is, but if you're being fed along like, ooh, she's in this movie, but we're not going to tell you who she's playing. Then you're like, well, I got to go see. I got to learn who she's playing. That's how they get you. I thought it was really funny that her character, all of the theories about her character were completely true. I feel like everything that I read about who people thought she was going to be, that's exactly who she was.
Yeah, completely pointless. Yeah. Like, it wasn't like it was like unguessable. I don't know. It's just like all this stuff. I'm like, this is just such pointless, wasting pointless effort, pointless anger online, like discourse. I mean, it's just all about the discourse. But I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. It's just been like bugging me this week.
Yeah. I hear you. You know, you were exactly right, though. I feel like movies are back. It's kind of like an exciting time after what feels like almost the better part of a decade. It feels like we actually have really decent movies that are like good in theaters. It makes me want to go see all of them. I feel like we've talked about Obsession. I didn't get a chance to go see that, but Odyssey, Spider-Man, like there's some good stuff.
No, I'm looking forward to. I want to see the Odyssey, or not. Well, I want to see the Odyssey. I know you and I have been talking about going, just haven't had a chance. This is one thing about having kids. I mean, one of the many things that like I love my kids, but they're also like terrible, you know.
Sorry, kids in the future, if you listen to this.
No, they're great. I love them to death. But like trying to go see a movie and like do yard work in the same weekend is like impossible.
It's impossible. Yeah.
My son is starting kindergarten next week. And it's just only going to get harder now. It's like, now I can't just be like, nah, I don't know, we'll just take a week off of school. It's no big deal.
Well, in a movie like The Odyssey, it's an uphill battle. I mean, how do you carve out like in your mid 30s with young kids going back to school? How do you carve out 3 hours uh, of a weekend to go see a long movie? It's tough.
I know. I'm like, all I want to do is go play golf 2 days a week and watch them go to the movies and then go out to dinner and stay out late till midnight. Was that too much to ask? You know?
Yeah. No, exactly. So everybody listening, share this podcast. Let's get some sponsors so we can make Zach's dreams come true.
Oh, there you go.
Zach needs to stay up late. I'm not really, don't get me wrong. I'm not.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not advocating for like streaming, but man, peak COVID, that kind of, it was kind of perfect with like, you know, even just this phase of life when you have so much going on. If you can sit down and like start a movie, maybe watch an hour of it here, go take a break, go pee, or pick it back up the next day when you have more time.
No, we're literally watching I was literally watching Point Break. And I'm like, all right, pause, go put my kids to bed, come back, start watching it again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, yeah, I agree. COVID, it spoiled me and it broke me and it ruined me and all the things, you know, it's like, I do really enjoy the movie theater experience. So I'm a defender of it.
Mm.
I do think like COVID made us too big of recluses.
Recluses.
So I do think it like, and like it, yeah, I don't know, whatever. It made us like hermits, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then like, I feel bad for like Gen Z. Like, man, having to go to high school and college and like for 2 years not being able to be in your classroom or like partially in your classroom or like, it's just like, man, oh, what a terrible time. I'm glad I missed all that.
Man, some of
if I was going to be stuck at home, might as well be done with the newborn. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, stuck at home when in ideal conditions. I feel like that was, I still to this day, I remember watching me and you and your brother and our other roommate, we went and watched Deathly Hallows Part 2, like opening weekend. And it was the most exciting thing when we were in school. I remember it was so fun. Like just going to see movies whenever. It's, I don't know.
Different life now. In a lot of ways, a lot better, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. But it is. It's an exciting time for movies. I feel like they are finally back. There's really exciting things.
Yeah, this weekend's like the biggest weekend in like movie history.
Mm-hmm.
Like from a U.S. domestic opening standpoint, it was like huge with Spider-Man having just the best opening weekend of all time. Yeah. And Odyssey is still crushing it, like $50 million last weekend, and like the second movie following Spider-Man. It was just like crazy.
I know. And I feel like we have more stuff on the horizon. I mean, obviously there's you got Dune 3, Doomsday coming. I feel like there's something else that comes out this fall, but very exciting time. We need to get back into the movie theater, Zachary.
I know. We got to go see the Odyssey. That's the one I'm like, I want to see. I'm not the biggest Christopher Nolan fan, but I feel like that one has to be in cinemas.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, you don't want to watch it on your computer monitor the way that Nolan intended.
On my phone sideways.
Yeah. No, not sideways, like in vertical up.
Yeah, and down. Vertical, like up in the corner while I'm playing, like some game on my phone.
Did you see that? I can't remember. It was something like somebody had recorded the entire Odyssey and uploaded it to Twitter. I refuse to call it X because it's always Twitter. They uploaded the entire movie to Twitter and it had like millions of views before they took it down. Could you imagine watching that movie secondhand on Twitter on your phone? I can't even begin, man. Oh.
It's not that important to me. I'll wait.
Yeah. I know.
That's really funny. No, awful. Just awful. Anyway, so that was my 5 seconds about like just spoiler culture and like the need to have spoilers as like a thing in movies nowadays drives me crazy. So it was just like with the Sadie Sink thing, I was like this week, I was like, this does not matter at all to this movie. Like she could have been, I think it would have been just as successful if she just talked about who she was the whole time and the character was the whole time. And they just announced it at like a, a D23 or something, right? Like,
Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
I think it could have been, even as probably more exciting because of who she is that would have
Yeah.
gotten people energized because everybody's been wanting that, I feel like, for a long time.
You
But
know what? Fuck it, right? No one listens to this podcast anyways. The spoilers are dumb. She's Jean Grey, okay, everyone? She's Jean Grey in the movie. Fuck everyone.
wow.
Fuck
Man.
spoilers.
If anybody's curious, Zach is not drinking a beer tonight. He's having the
No.
LaCroix. So this is sober Zach.
I was really
Yeah.
hot at work today, and I was like, my office was like, their air conditioning wasn't working. Just made me really crappy, you know?
Yeah, I feel like everybody has been chomping at the bit for like X-Men updates ever since Disney Fox and all the things. It's like, dude, if you told people she was playing Jean Grey, I feel like that would have made people line up even faster because they would have been like, "Oh my God, this is the start of X-Men. I have to go see this. I want to see the start of X-Men."
Well, and it clearly didn't sell the movie. The movie is going to have like $360 million opening weekend without anyone really knowing who her character was. And I mean, I know there was like some speculation online or whatever, right? And there's some discourse about it, but I think people just go see Spider-Man. They love Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Batman, just make those two superhero movies and it'll like sustain the whole industry.
Yeah, and you're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw something very interesting the other day. I had not heard of it, but obviously Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man. But somebody was saying that like we will get Spider-Man movies for eternity, for the rest of our lives, for our kids' lives, because Sony, I guess it's like in their contract of ownership or whatever that it's use it or lose it. So if they don't make Spider-Man movies, they lose the rights. And obviously Marvel would just love that, Disney. But so yeah, we will have Spider-Man movies for as long as we will.
This is the 11th Spider-Man feature. If you're including the Into the Spider-Verse movies, 11 movies, and it's going to it might break $2 billion. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
I think
even if they didn't have to give the rights up, no, just keep making them.
Yeah, no, exactly. I do think it's really funny though that they have tried so hard to make like a cinematic universe with Craven and all these other offshoot movies that just tank. But the core Spider-Man movies, they always do solid. They're impressive.
No, I mean, like these movies are successful despite Sony, right? So
yes, exactly.
the best thing they ever did was like give full rights to Marvel for writing him and stuff like that. So.
Oh, well, okay. So now that we've got your grievances out of the way, let's talk Point Break. Johnny Utah, brah.
So we had to pivot, right? Because we were going to do another Katharine Hepburn movie, African Queen, and like literally cannot find it anywhere. Tubi letting me down. And luckily Tubi came roaring back with Point Break as our alternative. That's what we were going to do our next episode on. But before we get into Point Break, actually I wanted to bring up one thing first.
Okay.
So it is August. So that means next month is your birthday month, September. I'm like saying a Justin month where you pick the movies for your birthday month.
Okay.
And then we'll follow it with, because we'll just do 2 movies in October. So we'll follow it with an October Halloween month, scary movie month.
Okay.
And then we'll do my birthday month. So I pick the movies in November. And then December, we'll do 2 Christmas movies. What do you think? Proposal for the rest of the year.
I think that's a really fun plan.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
So you got to think about the movies that you want to do. I already know my 2 because I'm like,
oh, wait. Can we talk about them, or is this going to be a surprise?
Sure.
Well, okay, let's hear it. Come on, Spielberg. What's your 2 movies?
Okay. No, I'm going to do my favorite movie of all time, which is A Few Good Men. So that's going to be on my list.
Actually, never seen it.
You've never seen A Few Good Men?
No.
Are you kidding me? Well, I might even be able to wait till November. I'm like, that's insane.
You want to bump your month up?
Dude, buckle in, man. It is excellent. Not to oversell it, but it is great.
I mean, I'm very familiar with the famous line of that movie, but I've never seen the actual movie from start to finish.
Oh, dude, it's such a good movie. Okay. All right. I'm excited. I'm even more excited now. And then my
Okay.
other movie I'm going to do is 12 Angry Men, the Henry Fonda one from like the
Yeah.
50s.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Never seen it either.
It's
Oh,
it's it's good. I have some nitpicks with it, but I think it's really good. And then you think about it for a minute and it's kind of got some dumbness to it. Not as
mm,
dumb as this movie that we just watched, but there's some silliness in it.
yeah.
But it's a great Henry Fonda performance. So
Man. Well, I'm excited. You probably fucked up giving me the reins. We're going to be watching like Demon Slayer. We're going to watch. No,
hey,
I'm kidding. No,
it's your month, man.
no, I'm kidding. I have one idea, but I'll think on it. I don't
Got
know.
some Mugen Train.
I've got, hey, I just watched the Infinity Castle movie
Mhm.
last week because it finally came out to streaming. You want to talk about grievances? That movie hit theaters July of 2025. Zachary, I've been waiting a year for it to come out on streaming. A year. I love this shit. It was tough.
Yeah, Justin's our little anime boy.
Oh, I
And
love
you
it.
you're like a weirdo because you like came into anime later in life. You're like a full-on ass
No.
adult like getting into anime.
No, I always liked anime. I was just
That's
closet
true. We watched
anime.
Dragon Ball Z when we were
Yeah.
kids and everything.
Dragon Ball, I mean, anything on Toonami. Dragon Ball Z, Zoids, a little bit of Gundam sprinkled in there, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Tetsuya.
definitely. Oh, yeah. But yeah, very much closet. And then I feel like in college, we spread our
Yeah.
wings more. But anyway, yeah, I'll think on it. I know one for sure that I would want to do that's really fun. But that'll be a fun idea. I like that. And then we'll do a
Alright.
really, like you said, big Christmas month because there's so many.
Oh, we're already doing White Christmas. I know that.
Mhm.
It's like collectively, I think between you and me, because we talked about this when we first started the podcast, I've seen White Christmas 150 times. Like probably like 3 times a year, every year of my life for the last 35 years, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I think it's the
We-
movie I've seen the most. So we're doing that one for sure. I know your family has like the same tradition.
Yeah. My mom puts it on and she has the DVD and she just keeps clicking play all day on Christmas Day. I mean, when we brought our daughter home because she was born the day after Christmas. So, I mean, we spent an entire day watching White Christmas. This sister song.
Yeah.
We remixed that and we like put our daughter's name into it and like we still sing that song to her today. I
There
mean,
you go.
it's the impact that movie has had on my life, want it or not, is significant.
Oh yeah, I got some. That'll be fun to talk about. All right,
Yeah.
but anyways, that was my idea. I was like, for the rest of the year, Justin month, Halloween month, Zach month, and then a Christmas month.
I love it.
So moving on, let's get into Point Break.
Okay.
Was this your first time seeing Point Break?
It is not. I grew up watching Point Break from my brother. He loved this movie, so naturally I had to watch it until my eyes bled. I don't think I've seen Point Break since I was maybe like young teenager, so it was really fun to come back, but so much of this movie is just nostalgia for me.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm be really curious about your opinion. Then I'm a complete. I mean, like I knew like the memes and all that stuff, right? Like I knew about it, but I've never seen it.
This was your first time?
Yeah, I watched it for the first time yesterday.
Yeah.
So you're getting like a non-nostalgic take from me because I thought this movie, while they have A-list actors in it,
Mhm.
you have an A-list director, you got an A-list executive producer, and I thought this movie was real dumb.
It was,
but it was like A-list people making a really dumb movie.
it is objectively a terrible movie. Like it's really bad, but I have a warmer heart to it because it has so much nostalgia. But
That's
it's really,
that's not a criticism. It's like it's just like it's completely absurd and completely dumb.
It's
And
terrible.
yet there is some elements to it. There's just something to it that is like a good time, a good
Yeah.
hang.
Okay. So, Mr. Hang, let me hear your plot synopsis because it should be good for Point Break.
Really, this plot was like it's a very serious movie. Nothing silly about it, like we just talked about. All right, here you go. An ex-Ohio State quarterback turned FBI special agent goes undercover to infiltrate a gang of surfing bank robbers. Through shoddy police work and a flagrant disregard for gun safety, he manages to cause the death of at least 8 people. Realizing he's a terrible cop, he decides to let the lead bank robber slash surfer slash spiritual guru escape before quitting the agency.
Pretty good. And listening to that synopsis just it makes you understand how dumb this movie is from every angle.
I literally wrote, I was like, one of the first things I wrote, I was going to put in my nitpicks, but then like it just changed as the movie went because he shows up in LA, right? First, Keanu Reeves shows up and everyone at the LA FBI agency is like, why the fuck are you here? What do you think you're doing? It's like, we don't need some hotshot, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we just watched him like ace the gun shooting thing. He's supposed to be like one of the best people coming out of the agency. I'm like, you don't want the best recruits coming to your FBI station, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, first I'm like, why does everyone hate him immediately? But then as the movie progresses, he's like the worst police officer on the planet or the worst FBI agent. Like, no plan, just all vibes, man.
Yeah, I love. Yes, that is a very accurate take of Johnny Utah.
But you bring like up
yeah,
I don't know, like he's like getting arrested right after he, not to jump to like the end of the movie and start talking about the movie, but like, he's getting arrested and he's like, get your hands off of me. I'm like, you were just robbing a bank. You just like indirectly caused the death of a police officer and all these other people in the bank. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what do you think you're entitled to here? You terrible police officer.
Yeah. Yes. He's an accessory to murder. Yeah. No, we will have lots to talk about Johnny Utah and his terrible incompetence.
Let alone just the name, Johnny Utah.
Yeah.
What a name.
It's pretty perfect. Don't even get
anyways, podcast structure. Before we get into our notes. Sorry, I was like already getting into it. The podcast structure. We'll do a quick chat, compare notes, and then we'll have our superlatives, and then we'll rate whether or not we think Point Break is a classic. All right, opening thoughts.
Yeah, it's a terrible movie, but it holds a lot of nostalgia for me. So it's all right. I think if you go into this, take it for what it is. Don't expect anything out of it. Just expectations are on the floor and then bring a shovel to get them even lower. I think you will actually have a fun time with it.
No,
I think
it's a fun movie. It's fun. Yeah. It's just real dumb. Like everything about it is dumb.
Yes.
Like every plot point is dumb. So like what was Jane, because there's like controversy over like who wrote this movie, right? The writer who gets credit is like the original screenplay, but it's like heavily re-edited, and James Cameron throwing a little tizzy fit about it, like literally last year to this, 35 years later, still throwing a little tizzy fit about it. And I'm like, James Cameron, do you want credit for this dialogue? You want credit for these plot points of the surfer bank robber movie? I'm like, okay.
I think like, okay, and I didn't have time to look this up, but I feel like Point Break, however you feel about it, I think it might fall into cult classic territory. Anybody in my life that I've ever talked to, whether it be parents, friends of friends, siblings, whatever, they fucking love this movie. Love it. Think that it's incredible, right? I talked to my stepdad about it earlier. I was like, yeah, we watched Point Break for our next episode. He was like, oh, Point Break. It's really funny, right? Because like, I think, like we said, objectively, from a lot of angles, this is a terrible movie, but it holds a lot of fun memories for people. I don't know if it's just because like it came out in the early 90s and it is a great snapshot of the early 90s, but I almost would put it in cult classic territory. Cause like it's almost like Starship Troopers. It's not a good movie, but its fan base is so loyal to it that they love it.
No, it is. I think to your point, it's a perfect thing. Like we talked about Starship Troopers. If there's like 7 things that like make a movie, Starship Troopers does like 3 of them excellently. And then the other ones, they're like, meh, And like this movie is the same thing. Like I think like direction, like I think Catherine Bigelow is a good director. I think this movie's well directed. I think the acting, I think Gary Busey's never been better. I love Gary Busey in this movie.
I love Gary. Yeah. I think this is the reason why I like Gary Busey. He's so good.
Yeah, he's great in this movie. Like Patrick Swayze's great in this. Keanu is doing his Keanu thing. like And like, this is like, the first time he's really doing that thing, not being like a Bill and Ted or something.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't know. It's just like, it's doing, you know, three or four things really well. And then there's like the plot. It's kind of dumb,
The
right?
plot. Some of the writing is just awful.
The dialogue comes off pretty bad.
Yeah.
Some of the delivery of the dialogue is a little hamstrung. Dr.
Yeah.
Cox is in here from
Oh my
Scrubs,
God.
and he's
Yeah.
like trying to. He's swinging. He's swinging as hard as he can.
I think he was trying to win a shouting match.
I love Scrubs, and he's just crazy in this movie.
Yeah. We watched him, my wife and I watched him in Rooster on HBO with Steve Carell. Anyway, he's in it. He's wonderful in that. And I loved him in Scrubs. In this movie, you're like, dude, what are you doing? I know this was early in your career probably, but like the entire scene, yeah, not to jump ahead or anything, but the entire scene where they come in and Keanu has his surfboard, he just goes from 0 to like 200 miles an hour just in the blink of an eye. And he's screaming. And you're like, what? Where did this come from? Why are you screaming? It doesn't make any sense.
No, for real though. Yeah. No, it's an interesting movie. For sure. I think what's also interesting is like the lore around this movie, like the Catherine Bigelow, James Cameron of it all, right? Like that part's really interesting. The alternative casting is all really interesting. Like they had for Johnny Utah, the original, I think, offer was to Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick.
I saw they were trying to make it like earlier in the 80s. And yeah, I saw him on there. There was a couple other really big names.
There's Johnny Depp, which I think like back in the 1991 Johnny Depp, I think could have done it. I don't know if he pulls off an Ohio State quarterback as well as Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
I think I saw Val Kilmer was out there, which I think he would have been good too in the role. I don't know if he was for Utah or if he was for Brody, but I think he would have done well in either one of those roles.
Oh my God. Yeah. Doc Holliday would have crushed it out there on the beach.
Yes, I think like there's like a lot of interesting things around this movie. I think like all the lore around like the stunts too, where it's like Patrick Swayze was like doing them all himself and like jumped out of a helicopter or jumped out of the plane 55 times for the movie, and how they all had to go like live in Hawaii for 2 months to learn how to surf and all that stuff. Like it's all really cool, really interesting stuff. It's just it's still like the plot to me of this movie is just so silly.
Yeah.
So silly.
You know what's funny? So watching this movie a lot growing up and then not having seen it for probably the better part of like 20 years, I would say. I remember this movie completely differently. I think like the entire chase scene where Johnny is chasing Bodhi in the back alleys and stuff. I thought that was like towards the end of the movie. That's like halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
Like it moves way more quickly than I remember it moving.
Now this movie's got pace. I wrote this. I read some first thing I wrote down. Like this movie's like fast paced. Like he's moving to Utah. His name is Utah. He's moving to California. He's an agent. He gets on an assignment. He gets a new partner. He's, getting into surfing. He meets a girl to coach him. That part that's one of my nitpicks, but but he's like moving, right? They're moving through this plot. It's got pace. Yeah. And there's like a freneticness and an anxiety and an adrenaline to like the action set pieces and the stunt set pieces that really, I think, makes you feel, even if you're not surfing, right? Like you're like, whew. I get why they're like, my heart's up there too, as like Keanu is taking that wave, man,
Yeah. No, yeah, it does. It moves lightning fast. And I think like that's the part. Yeah. Like if you don't go into this movie with high expectations and you just take it for what it is, it's kind of a fun ride. It's very entertaining for what it is. Yeah. It's a lot of things, but boring it is not.
No, that's for sure. I'm trying to think what else I have. I got no Oscar stuff about it. So no Oscar nominations. It opens up second to Terminator 2, which I think is interesting in the
Yeah.
box office. It has a
Hmm.
good return, but not like a gigantic hit. I think this has had a life of its own after the movies, right? Like most cult classics.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
I
I
mean,
looking up this movie and like researching stuff. I think I saw something about they're bringing it. There's some article about it. Like I don't know if they're bringing it back in theaters for like a 25th anniversary or something. But to this day, it is still like drawing a lot of attention in media, which
mhm.
I think speaks volumes to it as whether a cult classic or some people want to throw it in that classic category. But it has a dedicated fan base. There's a lot of people that like it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I, we'll get to whether I think this is a classic, but it was interesting. There's a lot of 90s-ness to this, and I could see like Gen X like really liking this movie,
Mm,
that because there is like this like theme, especially with like Brody's philosophies of like materialism and down by the man and all that stuff that like uh,
yeah.
it's very 90s, right? It's very
Mhm.
Pulp Fiction. It's very, Fight Club. It's all those things. It's way more charming or fun than those movies in a lot of ways. But
Mhm.
it's still got that, don't get stuck behind a desk or else you'll die, man, kind of mentality that the Gen X generation really like epitomized back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I feel like our generation, the millennials, not so much was, had so much disdain for working for the man and
Mhm.
and all that stuff. So it doesn't relate to me as much as like the Bodhi character, which we'll get into like favorite characters and stuff. But his, a lot of people I was reading about online and some of the discourse and some of the conversations that I listened to about the movie, they have like a lot of love for that character, despite how that he's the villain of the movie. Like they're
Mhm.
like they want him to go take that last surf.
Yeah.
And for me, I was like, fuck this guy. He's a piece of
Yeah.
shit.
No. Yeah. Yeah. People, I mean, like, I feel like, I don't know.
His philosophy is just full of shit.
It is. Yeah. We'll talk about H the worst. I have him on there. Yeah, I think, I don't know. This movie is such an it's like a very interesting case study of like the early 90s. Cause like from
Sure.
that aspect, like you're talking about, Bodhi has one line. I can't remember what exactly he says, but he says something to the effect of like all these people driving in tin coffins going to their jobs or something like that. I took offense to that. I was like, God damn, dude, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to work.
he's like everyone like selling out their souls, driving in their tin coffins. It's like we're showing everyone that there's still life to live or whatever he says. Like we're living
Mm.
life, like
Yeah.
that's what we represent. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
But
that's what I literally think in that seat. I'm like, God, this guy's full of shit.
yeah.
Just
But
talking.
like from like that logic, and also too, because I think this movie is a like extreme sports. I feel like really had a big foothold in the 90s because it was new, it was different, right? Like
Uh-huh.
surfing, I know had been around for a while, but like I feel like this movie helped put surfing on the mainstream. Especially this movie came out in 91. They're doing skydiving and he's like, there's pictures in his house where he's rock climbing and, he's very much into the extreme sports. And I think back then, all of that was fresh and new and exciting. And the thrill seekers, the adrenaline junkies.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know. Yeah. Maybe for the people growing up watching this movie, that was like an exciting time. We have Christopher Nolan and the Odyssey. They had Bodhi and Point Break.
Well, it's like because like this movie is a direct like predecessor to a lot of stuff that comes after. Like I can see like the comparison is well established between like this and Fast and the Furious. And Fast, especially the first one, is just this movie, except with like worse actors.
Mhm.
So, sorry, Vin Diesel, but
Don't you talk about Paul Walker that way.
okay. Johnny Utah, while a ridiculous name, is a way better actor than Paul Walker. And I would argue that Bodhi is a way more likable bank robber / criminal than Dominic Toretto or whatever his fucking name is in that movie. But But you can see like the inspiration
Mhm.
in that movie, right? And you can see like another Vin Diesel movie, like Triple X, where it's like extreme sports, man. But it's like they like take like the much more palatable version of like this extreme life and like make it real dumb, even
Mhm.
dumber later
Yeah.
on with like Triple X jumping out of a plane. Even James Bond like falls into that trap with like the later Pierce Brosnan movies when he's like windsurfing on a wave in the middle of Antarctica or whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
Like it
It
falls on
was
that trap too.
it was big. I mean, I one of my favorite cartoons growing up in the 90s was Rocket Power, which was all
Hmm.
about like skateboarding and snowboarding and all the things, right? Cuz it was
Hmm.
yeah, it was just a sign of the time. And like all of that stuff is still popular today. We still have surfers, skydivers, all the things, but I feel like it is not the fever pitch that it was back in the
Hmm.
90s. And I know that's what drove
No,
a lot
now we
of
have. Oh, good. Sorry.
well, I think that's probably what drove a lot of the fascination with this movie is because it was something it was what was new and what was fresh at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like now we have like sports betting.
yeah,
It's
fucking
like
Poly Market, Kalshi.
holy
What are the
market
odds?
bullshit.
Yeah,
Man. Yeah, all that
uh,
stuff.
yeah.
Trading gold for 3% APY or whatever. And I'm like, that's just 3% interest. You don't call it that though, so I'm cooler than you are.
Maybe that's our sign. Maybe we need to make the Point Break of 2026 an
Okay.
adrenaline junkie who is just selling penny stocks or something, like holding out, being diamond hands until the last
Yeah,
second. So,
we're on Reddit getting, short attacks, like orchestrating short attacks and stuff.
yeah, there you go. Okay.
What
Don't,
a what a cool world we live in.
don't anybody take our movie idea. That's ours.
Yeah. We're just, dumping NFTs.
Oh my God. Oh.
Just pump and dump, baby. Let's go. Oh, the worst.
Hmm.
All right, you want to get into our superlatives? Let's get started here.
Yeah. Kick us off. What do we
All
got?
right. So we're gonna do best scene, best character, worst character, or weakest link in the film. We'll do age the best, age the worst. What are they talking about? What would make a good sequel, or maybe what would happen the next day? Bodhi's body floats up, and they have to.
But he's missing an arm because he got shark bit.
Yeah. And then we'll end it with some hot takes and nitpicks about the film, and then finally we'll rate whether or not we think this movie is a classic. So let's start with best scene. What's your first best scene you want to nominate?
So as even though this whole movie is a best scene, I limited it down to one best scene because
Okay.
I think it's my favorite scene of the entire movie. It is Bodhi's house party and the night surf is my favorite because one, we finally get to know the gang a little bit more. We know Bodhi and we know he has buddies and the guys or whatever, but this is kind of like your first experience getting to know them. You get to know Roach and, what's the fucking, I forget the guy that kidnaps Tyler. He has like a girl's name I can't remember, but he's in there. But you also get to know more about who Bodhi is. Like you get to see pictures, and Tyler talks about him more. You get to see that he is like an adrenaline junkie, and Tyler really reinforces that idea. I think what does she say? She tells Johnny like he'll take you to the edge. I think I actually cringed when she said it. And you get to hear about his big theory on the 50-year wave. But they go night surfing and Johnny surfs for the first time by himself, like really legitimately surfs. He kisses Tyler and they get to have sexy time and they stay up all night and they fall asleep on the beach. That's fun.
Yeah.
But I
Got
feel
some
like,
sand in places.
oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like, all right, a big portion of this movie is about, Johnny getting too deep into this, right? And losing
Yeah.
sight of what his main goal is as the FBI agent to bring the dead presidents to justice. And he starts falling in love with this lifestyle and he wants to be in it more and more. And this is kind of our first real scene where we get to see him start to fall. It felt, honestly, what it felt like watching Anakin take his first steps in episode 3. You can see him succumbing to the darkness of surfing. But I think it's my favorite. I don't know why. There's just something fun about the house party and getting to know these characters more.
Sure.
And then, the night surf it's legendary. Like, I remember that scene very vividly from childhood of them surfing in the night, and Johnny's like, yeah, man. So that's my best scene, my favorite scene.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good one. I was hoping you'd give me something, a dumber scene to make fun of, but I do like that scene a lot. The only thing I think that's dumb is how they light the fire by putting a knife through the bottle of lighter fluid. But other than that,
and it goes all over the guy's arm who's putting it on.
I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I was like,
But
please
besides-
show him lighting that match, please.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but besides that, no, I think like you learn Bodhi's philosophy about life, right? Like, I think I did write like, cause he's just an adrenaline junkie, and he puts like, in their mind, like adrenaline is like spiritualness, man. It's like, that's their connection, man. And
Yeah.
the fact that it's a surfing movie, this could be anything. Like, this could be car racing. This could be, which is like, then I was like, oh, wait, this is Fast and Furious. Like, it could be anything that's like high octane, but for them, it's surfing, which is funny because it's probably like, while like an extreme sport, like there's like, in my mind, there's like a peace around the ocean and being part of maybe that's the spiritualness of it all. But this movie doesn't convey that super well to me.
Yeah.
I felt like the surfing culture of Southern California kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you got Nazi surfers, you got like when you first meet Tyler, she's a complete a-hole to him. And he's just trying to learn,
Yeah.
Even Bodhi's like friends, when they first meet him, he's like, they're apprehensive, they're closed off, they're judgmental, even if it's just like, it's a very weird culture. And I don't know, some people find it like this movie, that culture, like interesting and intoxicating to them too. And it was for Johnny Utah. But for me, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like he gets into a fight, or like because they're supposed to be painted as like their surfers are very territorial, right?
Yeah.
Like this is their wave. You do not go in there. So he gets in front of that one dude. I can't remember what that group is called. Like the bad guys that beat him up.
The Nazis, the Nazi surfers.
Yeah. But like, so he's just trying to surf. I mean, he's there undercover, but he's trying to just catch a wave, and he gets in front of them, and they try to, fight him and beat him up and all the things. And then, Bodhi's guys kind of get on to him a little bit when he like tackles Bodhi in the water when they're playing football. Yeah. I mean, like it does seem counterintuitive when Bodhi is preaching like surfing is life, and it's like the good vibes and the aura. And then like they're pretty hostile people.
All of them.
Like, you know what? You do bring up a good point, how it doesn't really sell the idea of like becoming one with the ocean. Like, it's going to sound really corny.
It's like the chase of adrenaline. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Like the animated movie Surf's Up. Wonderful movie.
Fucking love that movie. Yeah. Great,
it's incredible.
That's my surfing.
Yeah.
That's the best surfing movie of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah. That movie does a better job of conveying that idea, that concept of like becoming one with nature. Right. And, like being one with the waves and all of the things, and respecting Mother Earth, whatever. Like, it does a better job. It is a kid's movie. It's an animated movie. It's for everybody. It's wonderful. But versus this,
I showed that movie to my son, and my wife is like, I don't get why you like this movie so much. I'm like, you shut your mouth.
This
movie
good.
is wonderful.
Surf's
I love
Up
this movie.
Yeah, Surf's Up's amazing. I remember we would watch Surf's Up in college. It was so
I know.
But yeah, I don't know if like maybe it just falls into the trope of like, because it's like it's a crime movie, cop
Mm-hmm.
movie, whatever you want. You have to have these hardened criminals, quote unquote, right? So you can't have these hippy dippy surfers who
Well,
are,
exactly. They're not about, like, they're not out on, like, he talks about spiritualism, but his spiritualism is like, is again, it's that chase of adrenaline. Life can only be done on the extremes, man. And so they're not, it's not like they're respecting the wave and this is how they connect with the world. And, but the board, water, and them is enlightenment. It's like, they're way more in the same way robbing the bank gives them a rush, so does surfing. Like it's just about the rush.
Yeah.
And it's not about like it is not they are not chill. There's no chill on any surfer in this entire movie.
no, they're all very hostile and pretty angry. I agree with you. The surfing scene in California in 1991, as portrayed in this movie, not a fun time.
Not for me. No, definitely not for me.
No.
But you know. All right, I'm gonna put out there the FBI raid on the Nazi house.
Yeah.
Quote unquote raid where he shows up late. It's like literally directly after that scene, right? He shows up late. They're all ready to go, all four of them.
Yeah, all four of them with their pea shooters, their pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but I have nitpicks in this scene, 100 nitpicks about this scene and just how bad of a police officer all these people are.
Yeah.
But, and like their plan, like, what are you doing?
Mm.
But the intensity of the scene, like there's, again, getting back to like the way Catherine Bigelow kind of shot this movie, like it's intense. People are busting through doors. People are flying through windows. You know, people are shooting themselves in the foot. It's intense.
There's a touch of like Final Destination in there towards the end with the with the lawnmower.
And Gary Busey that way he decides to disarm that situation is to shoot the lawnmower. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get to age the worst, but that lawnmower doesn't age well.
Oh no, definitely not.
I feel like even for the 90s, I'm like, that's an old looking lawnmower.
Yeah. It is. It's a very tense scene. And I mean, like, I don't know, because you go into it
for
thinking,
sure Gary Busey was going to die.
Yeah. Because, like, you kind of wonder, like, how that scene's going to shake out. Because you know that Johnny has the wrong group, right?
Yeah.
We know who the bank robbers are. And so you're like, oh, man, how is this going to work? He's going to blow his cover because these guys are surfers. But then when you see them, like, mounting an offensive attack with like big shotguns, automatic like machine guns and all this stuff, you're like, oh shit. Okay. So it doesn't go the way that you think it's going to go.
No, not at all. And you have like 4 inept FBI agents out there. But it's an intense scene. Do you know that one of those guys who's in the Nazi gang is the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
I was like, that's really funny. Dude,
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
Yeah. I love how the almost the entire it does get botched because he's trying to tell Angela, like, don't go in there yet. Don't go in because the guys have guns. And the entire operation gets botched because of the lawnmower next door and they can't hear.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, we'll get in the nitpicks. Again, I got 1,000 nitpicks about that scene. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
It's mostly about how Johnny Utah is just the worst police officer on the planet. But
he's so bad.
All right, and then the only other one I had was I think it's the second robbery we see, but it's the one that ends in the chase scene. So it's like Keanu and Gary Busey are staking it out again, just being terrible police officers, reading magazines and getting meatball subs and But again, Gary Busey's so great in that scene. He's like, you know, when he's like, there's one around the corner. He's like, I have meatball subs. Give me 2. Like, Utah, 2.
Give me 2.
Give me 2. Like Gary Busey is great in this movie, but the just being the worst police officers. But that chase scene on foot is pretty intense. And I think I have a lot of appreciation for it, you know, the way it was shot and the anxiety that you feel like you're running with them through the streets, and like we've
Yeah.
seen that steady cam shot 100 times since this movie, but that handheld steady cam kind of chase, it's in Night Watch, it's in a bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
but it but this movie is like one of the first ones to do it, and there's just like a chaos to it as they're just busting through doors and into people's rooms and getting dogs thrown at them and all that stuff. So I thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
And kind of ends pays off that knee injury and everything.
Yeah. And then he unloads his gun into the sky.
That's again, you're just going to unload a whole clip into the sky. Besides the safety issue of it all, because you probably took out like a granny like 3 blocks over, but
yeah,
but you also have to fill paperwork. I mean, what are you doing?
I think that entire chase scene, it is really good. It feels like it does kind of get it ramps up because it's an extensive scene. This is not a short chase where it ends abruptly. I mean, like they run for a while, but I did actually laugh out loud when Bodhi somehow picks up this ravenous dog who doesn't bite him, but he's able to pick up this massive dog.
It's in my nitpicks. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I'm like, how does, and people love the dog throw online. It's crazy that they threw a dog at him. And I'm like, but how did Bodhi pick it up? Bodhi's in the mask, right? He looks way more like uncomfortable for the dog.
I don't know what was better, Bodhi actually throwing the dog on him or Utah like punting the dog like a football. Because I mean, he like drops it and kicks it out of the way. It is a fun scene though.
Utter nonsense.
I feel like that one scene, I mean, I don't know I feel like we've watched Hot Fuzz before, but they pay tribute to that scene in this movie. Or that pay tribute to that scene in their movie, where Johnny shoots his gun into the sky. But yeah, I mean, it also sets the stage too for the end of because I feel like Johnny's busted knee plays actually like a pretty decent role throughout the remainder of the film because he's injured and then he can't really go toe to toe with these guys easily. And yeah, little sissy boy hurts his knee in that scene. So it's a good one. Yeah.
Any other scenes you want to nominate? I mean, we haven't talked about them skydiving or anything or
no, because
we'll touch on that stuff later.
Okay. We have a lot to talk about in nitpicks for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think for me, I agree with you. I think the Brody and Keanu relationship is so good. And so the Bodhi party, or even like when they're playing football for the first time, I think like those scenes are some of the highlights of the movies when they're spending time together, especially before they know like each other as the FBI agent bank robber stuff. I think they're good. They're good. They're good scenes. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Best character.
Who you got?
We got, I mean, my favorite character is Pappas. I loved Gary Busey in the movie.
I put down Angelo as my favorite. He was the best. He's so good in this movie. He's like the fun dad, but he always backs up Johnny, especially when he's wrong. He loves meatball subs. He punches Harp in the face and then proceeds to take a wanted criminal, an accessory to murder, and free him and allow him to go on the run. But he's just, Gary Busey is just so good in this movie. I love his character. He's so good.
It's so disappointing that he dies at the end, but there's like probably 4 times in this movie when I was like, I think he's going to die.
Yeah.
They telegraph it pretty hard. So I've been on this force for 22 years.
I mean, like there's a lot of really good acting in this movie. Like you said, I think Bodhi, Patrick Swayze he's really good. Keanu for what he does. I mean, I think he's fine.
I think of the 3 leads, I think it shows his range. He definitely oversells dialogue a lot. Like they're all the memes are from this movie. He's like, I am an FBI agent, that kind of stuff, right? Like, it's just, he's just like overselling so
I,
many
I
times in this movie.
I actually feel like as the movie goes on, he gets worse. Like in the opening scenes of him, like I guess it's his first day at the California bureau office, and he's walking around and he's talking to Harp. I was like, man, I don't really remember Keanu being like halfway decent in this movie. I always remember him as like, come on, Bodie, man. Like, bah. I always remember him doing that. And he does. He starts doing that progressively more and more as he goes on. And I'm sure that's probably intentional with, his character is, falling more and more into surfer culture and all of that. But
Yeah. Well, I
it
don't know.
does, like,
It's part of the charm of the movie is like how over the top he is. But
yeah.
he definitely is hard shot. Where I feel like Patrick Swayze, I don't know. He is Bodhi, right? Like
Hmm.
he's so good at it.
Yeah.
Um, I would not be like surprised if for other people that that they would list him as their favorite character. I just think the philosophy that he spews is not intoxicating to me.
Yeah.
It's like for me, I'm like, oh my god, this guy's such full of shit. He's the philosophy is like that the world is bringing you down and we have to live life. And so, but the only way that they live life is on the back of everyone else who's doing that stuff. So they're just like being, I'm like, hey, you to do what you are doing, to rob banks and surf and have no care in the world requires everyone else to not live your philosophy. So I'm like, your
Mhm.
philosophy is not really a philosophy. It's extortion of everybody else. I remember when, speaking of COVID, like we were talking about earlier, it was the first time in my life where I had the wherewithal to think this way. I was like, everyone is going to be on lockdown. Everyone is going to be trying to do the right thing. I can be a complete jerk and be like, I'm going to go everywhere. I'm going to go out in public. No one's going to be out there. There's going to be no lines. I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to go to the movies. I'm going to see every movie and no one's going to be in there because everyone's trying to social distance. And I could be the one guy who didn't and took advantage of everyone else doing the right thing. That is like
Mhm.
Bodhi's character. And
Yep.
I'm like, you're just taking advantage of everyone else. Like you are a parasite on everybody else.
Yeah.
That's your philosophy, what it really is. And I'm like, oh, this
Yeah.
guy's such full of shit. And he's like, oh, I'm just living life. It's like, I understand what living is. I'm like, no, you don't. You're a parasite. Yeah, anyways, that's my that was my
Yeah. Yeah.
passionate like dislike of Bodhi's character.
Very.
I get why people would like him. I just felt like his philosophy just was like it hit me, and immediately I was like, ugh, gross.
Mhm. Yeah. No, I mean, if anybody likes Bodhi out there, I mean, like, yeah, if you look at him, he is the leader of their group, I guess. He's the driving force behind robbing banks and doing all this extreme shit. And he is the guy. Like Tyler says, he'll bring you to the edge and then even further or whatever she says. Like he's
Yeah,
supposed to be the macho guy.
yeah.
But I
But
don't,
it's like
yeah,
in
I
that
don't know.
final bank robbing scene too, where he's like, go in the vault. Like he's even full of his own shit. He
Yeah.
doesn't even like follow his own philosophies. He's like, no, we're not gonna like I'm gonna take it even further. I'm always going further. I'm like, ugh, yeah.
Yeah. I do think it's interesting though that we both like Angelo because I feel like that's probably a good representation of where we are at in our lives. Like we're older,
It's
we're more
true.
mature, we're not into this bullshit anymore. But I bet if you would have asked
It's true.
20-year-old Zach and Justin, it might have been Bodie or it might have been Johnny.
Yeah.
Cause like back then, like,
Yeah.
oh, they're the cool guys. But Angelo, he's just this old stuffy fart. Like, but no, he's,
This old
he's the best
goober.
part of the
I'm like, I
movie.
love him.
Yeah. He's the best.
All right, you want to do worst character, weakest link?
Yes, easy. Johnny. He's, John, I had Johnny
Okay.
down because it's almost verbatim what you were talking about because he is a terrible agent. Aside from Keanu's acting range, everybody has thoughts on that, but Johnny's character is incredibly flawed. Um, I think Harp actually, when Harp tears him down in the very beginning, he's actually kind of 100% right. Cause he's like, you like young and dumb, but you think you're hot shit and all the things. And Johnny does think he's hot shit. And then he gets pretty much everything wrong from the start to the finish of the movie.
I don't even know what he's doing. Like what he's really doing. Like
Mhm.
the Nazi guys, okay? They stake it out for one night. You know it's only one night because they go to the party. He wakes up with Tyler on the beach and then goes straight to the raid. So you know they
Mhm.
staked him out for like one day, of which they've gathered no evidence that these are the guys, other
Yeah.
than like, oh yeah, they're jerks and they're on the beach, the same beach. But you're
Mhm.
like, what changed between you guys starting to stake out and then deciding to do a raid?
Yeah.
Like,
You would
what
think
police work happened?
like you would think too, because all right, it's built up that the dead presidents are incredibly smart, right? Like
Ex-presidents, just so we don't get yelled at, but yeah.
there you go. So the ex-presidents, they're incredibly smart. They have this bank robbery thing down to a science. You would think with Johnny getting into a fight with, we'll just call them the Nazi guys that you have coined, like you would
They
think that
called them
Johnny,
Nazis in the movie. They called
I
them
feel like
Nazis, and
they
they did have a
Bodhi
name though, because like one of them was like Skull Crusher and
War Child.
Flamethrower or something. War
Bodhi
Child.
Bodhi calls the main big one War Child. I don't know what their group's
Stupid.
name is, but anyway, like you can't tell me that Johnny had that confrontation with them where they got into a fight and he's thinking like, oh yeah, these are the masterminds that have robbed 30 something banks
He's
in
not
3
thinking
months.
because he's done no
Yeah,
police work. Yeah,
no, exactly.
it's all
He,
vibes, man.
yeah, everything that he does is wrong or it gets people killed. I mean, for Christ's sake, he gets his partner killed because he wants to approach Bodhi and try to talk to him for some fucking reason before they get on the plane. I mean, like that. I don't know. He is so inept at his job that it is almost kind of stunning how bad he is.
No, terrible at his job.
Yeah, but that is I had Johnny as like Johnny is the worst character. A second runner up would be Harp, just because all he does is just yell and he just
Yeah.
bangs his fist into the desk and he
I mean, the Harp is like, you guys are idiots, you're fools, and they are right. Like, it is a surfer group. No one else was investigating that, right? Like, they are correct about some things. I should say, Gary Busey's character is correct about some things.
Mhm.
But at the same time, yeah, Keanu's an idiot. Stupid.
Yeah.
His character is so dumb.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like how he approaches stuff too. They know where the bank robbery is going to happen at that savings and loan that they're
Mhm.
staking out, but it's just the two of them. They know it's going to happen. They have evidence that supports it. They know who the robbers are,
Mhm.
and they're just going to stake it out themselves and do what? Chase them across the town and do a shootout with just the two of them? I'm like, what are you guys doing? And then on top of that, you know who they are. You missed them because you were being bad police officers. So you go into this big chase. You let them know that the FBI is onto them. You let them know that you are an FBI agent. You know who they are. You already missed the robbery.
Yeah.
You know who they are.
You would think too that like, okay, even like I think we are led to believe that because he got the first raid wrong, that they're doing this on their own time, right? They're not telling Harp or anybody else because just on the offhand chance that they are wrong, they don't want to involve the rest of the agency. But you could at least go inside and tell the other fucking security guards when they open, like, hey, I think you guys might get robbed today. So maybe just like hang out like where they can't see you or something. Yeah. You could do so many different things, which they don't do.
Because they're bad cops.
Yeah.
They're bad at their job. Yeah. I'm telling you, Keanu Reeves, he throws he gets the perp after based on his hair growth, at least 6 months of chasing him, you know, and then he's like, all right, I got him, or I didn't even get him. I let him go die on the wave. And then he throws his badge like, I'm done with this shit. And I'm like, why are you done now? Because you got Bodhi. I'm like, you're done because you realize you're not good at this.
I'm shocked that he was even able to make it out of the country. Because you would think that after Harp
I'd be fired immediately. He should be fired immediately.
Or there would be like a manhunt out for him because he was an accessory to murder. And
An accessory. He murdered.
did he
Oh, you're
kill
talking about Keanu Reeves or
Keanu?
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
he's an accessory to murder.
But like he is involved in that, right? And then on top of that, Harp had him arrested, but then Angelo punches Harp, knocks him out, and then they fucking run. If I was Harp, immediately manhunt
They're
for
both
these two guys.
arrested. They're both
Yeah.
arrested.
Yeah, like
I mean,
these two guys, y'all are.
I guess
anybody
Gary
sees
Busey
you,
doesn't live long enough to have the consequences, but
yeah, no,
because of the situation that Utah puts him in.
exactly. It's just he is so. I don't know. That's why he was my worst character because he is so bad at what he
He's
does.
completely terrible.
Yeah.
From
Who
a
did
weakest link, do you any opinions on Tyler?
I don't know. She's just there. I don't really. I don't even put Tyler into like a main category or a main character category. She's just there. She's a plot device to me. But she was a plot device for Johnny to meet Bodhi and his gang.
Yeah,
which,
and then a plot device for him to give him motivation at the end of the movie to be at the robbery, to be,
Yeah, exactly.
The one thing I don't get, and this is such an 80s thing, but like, why is her name Tyler? You know, like this androgynous name. And they did that so much in the 80s. Like the main girl in Top Gun is Charlie. Like, I just don't know why they like, there's so many 80s female characters that have these like male names, and I don't know if it's just to be like it's edgier, it's cooler that they got these like, you know, it's not Jennifer or Tiffany. Like, I don't know, you know. But it didn't bother me. I'm just thinking it's like weird. It's just like a weird thing they did for like 5 years in the late 80s, early 90s.
Well, I wonder if it had anything to do with like they wanted her to be really ingrained in like surfer culture. So she's not going to be like a girly girl, right? Wearing dresses and high heels and purses and all the things, right? Like she really is.
That's like Charlie in Top Gun, right? She's training the fighter pilots, right? She can't be Rebecca because she's training them.
There's one scene, I think it's when, I don't know, Tyler stays over at Keanu's apartment, which is laughable because it's like, dude, you're an undercover cop, but you're going to have her come to your apartment where she could find evidence.
Like his undercover identity is just his name. Like he's just undercover.
Yeah. But he's laying there like she's asleep and he's awake. And I thought for a moment, I was like, they kind of look like brother and sister because they both have like really short black hair. And I don't know, it's just a really funny thought. So I was like, man, I think her hair is like, or his hair is longer than hers, but
it is. Well, yeah.
I don't know.
That's like the Diana haircut back then and all that stuff.
I wonder if that was why, if they wanted her to be more, you know,
less feminine.
Less feminine because she needs to fit in with like the sport, the culture.
That definitely seems like a late 80s, early 90s to be like, they can't take her seriously as a surfer if she's too girly kind of thing, where I'm like, well, I don't know about that. I've seen the Blue Crush, you know, like you can have surfer girls. So. I don't know if that's true. Whatever.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, my opinion of Tyler, she's just there. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't think like her performance was bad or anything. I don't know. I didn't hate her character. I didn't love her character. She's just there.
Okay.
When she got kidnapped,
worst character.
Yeah. Yeah, Keanu, he wins.
All right, you want to do age the best?
Yeah, what do you got for age the best?
All right, I got two main things because I started writing down these things, and really like a bunch of my stuff just fits into one category, and that is like the stunts of this movie. I think it's real people. Nothing is CGI. There's not one CGI thing in this movie, except for there's like, I think when Bodhi dies at the end of the movie on the wave, that's like the only kind of edited fake guy on a wave dying kind of moment. But everything else is like practical. And it's practical like with the actors and so much of it. Like you're seeing Patrick Swayze like fall out of the plane and the camera just stays on him as he falls. Like it's him doing it. You know, they practiced surfing for 2 months so that they could be out there on the waves surfing, really, right? And I think it just goes to show that you can have like really cool stunts and intense things happening, and it just it doesn't have to. You don't have to edit and add CGI backgrounds and add like the world out there is enough. Just point the
Yeah.
camera, do some planning beforehand, and like you can capture something really cool. And so I think the
Yeah.
studs age really well.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I feel like it's something that we just don't get a whole lot these days. We get so much CGI and green screen and just everything is fake. But yeah, like we've discussed on so many of the movies on this list, back then they had to do it the harder way. And I feel like it pays off way
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
completely
world
agree.
feels real that they're in. And,
Hmm.
you know, the buildings feel real. The culture feels real. Even if I'm not a fan of the culture, it felt very, very real. The other thing I had was the ex-presidents as like a concept for bank robbers. I thought like
Yeah.
the mask and everything, it's just like they look cool. It's really a really great idea. I think the only thing I could compare it to was like the nuns in the town. So they dress up
Yeah.
as nuns. But
Hmm.
I mean, they are it's a great idea for bank robber
Yeah.
group. And you
It's
could do
really
it
fun
now,
too.
right? You could do it with
Yeah.
different presidents from now, and I think it'd be just as good.
Yeah. I think that first scene, the first bank robbery scene, I don't remember who plays Nixon. I don't know if it's
Patrick
Roach or
Swayze. Oh no, Nixon. I think is Roach.
yeah. But he like does the Nixon impersonations and
Hmm.
all the things, and it's really good. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's a little over the top and theatric when they're doing the bank robbery. When Patrick Swayze is like, "We are the ex-presidents," and you're like,
Yeah.
"Okay, guy, calm down. You don't need to announce yourself to everybody." But okay,
It's
you
like
just do the bank
like
robbery. You don't need to be like, he like gives his
he's like
philosophy.
he's like a comic book villain where he
Exactly. He's
has
got a
to tell
monologue.
everybody like his motives. Yeah.
Yeah. He's got his little monologue.
Um.
But yeah, so I thought stunts and the ex presidents as a concept for a bank robbery group, I thought were both
mm,
aged really well.
yeah. I had just like generally the 90s.
Mm.
Cause it's so full of nostalgia, like from the hairstyles, the clothes, like we talked about, the fascination with extreme sports. And it could just be me, but, like the nostalgia is just so much fun. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I turning this movie on and watching it after all these years, I felt like I was at home because
There you
everything
go.
is just, it's like a warm hug. Point Break gave me a warm hug. Um,
Okay.
but yeah,
There you go.
I don't know that from the 80s. And I know, especially now in our day and age where we've learned very hard because there's so much content out there now that is from the 80s. Like I think about Stranger Things and all the things, but nostalgia sells. And
Hmm.
I feel like when you go back and watch stuff from these eras, it's just fun. I think that's my H the best on this.
There you go. I agree. It's they don't make them like they used to, kind of thing, right? All right,
Hmm.
let's do age the worst then. What do you have in age the worst?
So my first, I've got two big ones that we'll talk about. We'll split them up, but, you already touched on it. The certain things, actions that they do in this that are hyper dangerous, but they're done for like the quote unquote cool factor. So Johnny emptying his gun into the air, obviously
Yeah.
that's not safe. um, them when they go
He should go to
skydiving,
prison.
um, yes, he should, because there's a high
Yeah.
chance that he could kill somebody from doing that. When they are skydiving, I think the first time, and they land all of their parachutes in water. I had to Google this just to make sure that I wasn't a dummy because I don't know anything about parachuting, but like that is, according to Google, super dangerous because you can get tangled up in the cords. Your chute, if it's still attached, can like sink and take you with it. And this is funny. If you watch when it's not when Bodie or Johnny go down, but it's when the three other guys, when they land at the same time in this shot. One of the stunt guys has on flippers when he goes into the water. like assuming so it can help
Hmm.
him swim out because they, actually did that. Um, Johnny jumping out of a plane at the end of the fucking movie with no parachute. Like all of these things, it just makes it very unbelievable. Like this is not the stuff would be done in real life, but I don't know. All of it's just I can see how it would be cool back in 1991, but now it's just this shit's just goofy, man. Like you're not gonna tell me Johnny jumped out of an airplane with no parachute and lived to tell the tale. I don't believe it. Mm. But yeah,
No,
that's
that is like one thing too. Like the parachuting is takes so long.
yeah.
Like they free fall forever. It's just
You
like
know
that.
what?
Yeah, man.
You know what was nuts to me too that I didn't think they would do it or they would be a reason to do it. I didn't remember this, but when after they parachute into the water, it shows them back on land and they all have their parachutes with them. So we are to believe that they landed in water, paddled to the shore with their parachutes behind them still attached, and then dragged it all up back. And it's so fucking stupid. Like I can't believe that would happen in real life. Oh, but it's a
Yeah,
cool
no, it's
factor. It's a
terrible.
cool thing to do. Mm. What did you have for age the worst? What do you got?
The no, I don't have too many because it's more nitpicks I have than like age the worst
Mm.
necessarily. Like Tyler's hair is terrible. I had like when he does the whole dead parents thing. When he does the
Oh
dead
yeah,
parents
yeah,
thing,
yeah. When
terrible.
he's
But then it comes back in the
he's
movie. It
trying
is
to
the movie acknowledges it's terrible too. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Pretty fucked up to be able to tactic to try
yeah.
to get Tyler on your team, exploiting your dead parents. Oh.
No, just terrible.
So
But
I think the I think I don't know. This probably would be more nitpick than age the worst, but like I had it under age the worst. I think how they handled Bodhi's character, I just I didn't like. So I think in the beginning, Bodhi, I don't think he was cool, but I think he was more interesting when he was this surfer who was nonviolent. He had a code, I guess that you could say that
yeah.
he lived by, right? Um, like he wanted to fight the system, but he's trying to like, push good vibes and do all the things, right? But then they devolve him into just your run of the mill bad guy. Like he commits murder. He gets all of his friends killed. He shows zero remorse after like 5 minutes after each of his friends die. He kidnaps his ex-lover with the intent to gut her like a pig. And then at the end of the movie, he's totally fine. Like he made it to Australia.
Oh
He
yeah,
jumped
no,
around.
the dude's a sociopath. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like
Complete
he
psycho.
pulls he pulls a complete 180. And I don't know if this is just lazy writing or if they had always intended it to be that way, but I thought he was way more interesting. And granted, this is okay. I always equate this down to like Marvel movies gave us the villains who are not bad just to be bad. They have their own motivations that you might sympathize with, or you might be able to better understand rather than just he's a bad guy because he's a bad guy. And I feel like
Mhm.
Bodhi had that in the beginning of this movie. He had his own motivations that like we kind of understand a little bit better, but by the end of the movie, he was a villain for the sake of it. And I don't know. I wish that they would have pressed who he was at the beginning of the movie more and like rewrote how everything ended. But then I don't know. I don't know where you take the movie if you did that, but I
Mm.
hated to see how his character just pulled a 180 and he ends the way that he does.
Yeah, yeah. It's almost like I almost equate like because he's a sociopath. He's selfish, and he uses like the facade of this spiritual guru personality to just satisfy his selfishness
Mm.
and his uh it's all about him. And
Yeah.
as you get to know him more, you see him as everyone else sees him. This like spiritual guy who's leading them on this journey of self-discovery. And then as the movie keeps going, you realize, well, no, he's just a selfish a-hole who only cares about what he wants, getting the next thrill. And
Mm.
his philosophy and his what makes him interesting like devolves until the end of the
Yeah.
movie. I I wanted Johnny so bad to not let him ride that wave. I was like,
Yeah.
no, screw this guy. You don't get to ride the wave. You don't get to
Yeah.
go. You don't get to take that rat out. But like you got all your friends killed. You killed police officers. You traumatized thousands of people robbing banks, all because you wanted to go surfing around the world. Like,
Mhm.
nah, did you go to prison? You belong in prison. I'm like, Johnny,
Yeah.
don't let him go.
Absolutely. Especially after Johnny called in like the cavalry and the entire Australian police department showed up. They're all there waiting to take him away and you let him go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, to your point, maybe that's how Bodhi was from the start. Yeah, I don't know. He is an interesting character study because he goes from, I feel like in the beginning of the movie, I could see he almost kind of like a Robin Hood, a selfish Robin Hood, but a
Yeah.
character who is flawed that I can understand why people would think Bodhi's cool. Bodhi's this really awesome dude, right? Like he's robbing banks, but it's like he's not violent, whatever. And then, yeah, he just, at the end of the movie, he is just another bad guy.
Well, and if anything, I kind of appreciate it about the movie because you do kind of think he's trying to take down the system. I'm showing people how to live lives, like his justification for his bullshit. And at the end of the day, he is just a selfish criminal, right? And
Mm,
like a psycho, like a little bit of a sociopath, right? He's just like doesn't care. All of his friends die, and he's getting in the car, and he's like, "I gotta take the money and go,"
mhm,
like. And he cares, but he also doesn't care. Like it's just which not to step on sequels, right? But they have the remake. And like the remake tries to I've never seen it. I just like watched a little bit about it, but they try to sell Bodhi on like he's stealing from the rich and giving back to the poor. Like
mhm,
they have a scene in that movie where for some reason on a plane, there's just like stacks of money on pallets and they like release it into over a city and they like let all the money just kind of like rain down. Like it is like this Robin Hood thing. And so the movie kind of like the sequel is like they're kind of chicken shit about it, right? They're so scared to not make him redeemable in some way to make him likable. Where this movie's like, nah, he's really, if you really think about his character and you get past his facade, he's
mhm.
sucks.
Yeah.
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 So I appreciate it about that movie, but also I get what you're saying about like what makes him interesting kind of devolves at the end of the movie.
Mhm.
All right. WTF are they talking about? I just have some like surfer lingo for
Mhm.
me.
Yeah, I only had one. I mean, um, at the beginning, Harp and Angelo both called him a blue flame.
Yeah, I had that one too. A Blue Fame special.
I have no idea what that means.
Like, is that supposed to be like what they call like young hotshot police officers coming out of the academy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. One of the kid that he buys the surfing board off of says that surfing is a source. Like surfing's a source, man. I'm like, that's such surfer
Yeah.
garbage talk. I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean?
Ask Bodhi. Bodhi will tell you.
I know, right? And then I think it's either one of the Nazi guys or I think it might be Tyler. She calls his pink like big surfboard a pig board. No idea what a pig board
Oh,
is, but
yeah.
pig board
No
piece of
idea.
shit is what she calls it. Just get that pig board piece of shit out of here.
Yeah, I have no idea either.
Yeah, so maybe she says big board, which would make sense, right? Because he calls it like that I have smaller Cadillacs or something.
Did you
But
not have your subtitles on?
I did, but I might as well try to watch with my kids. I missed it, but
You know.
yeah. No, the blue flame one is the one that I was like, I have no idea what they're talking about. Like, why do they keep calling them this? This must mean something in
Mm,
cop world,
yeah.
but it doesn't mean anything to me. So
And they hit him with it back to back too. Like Harp says it, and then like 30 seconds later, Angelo says it. So whoever wrote the script, James Cameron or the other dude, somebody really liked that that insult, blue flame.
All right. So we got any other WTFs are they talking about?
No, that's all I had.
All right. Sequel time. What would a good sequel be?
I actually have a good one here. At least I think it's a good one. I think the cool plot twist would be that Johnny becomes the new Bodhi.
Okay.
Because he throws his badge away. We know that he's not with the FBI. Christ almighty, he should be on America's Most Wanted list. But we know that he's done with the police life or the FBI life, right? He doesn't
for the
have
world's benefit.
yeah. He's everybody's safer now. So we know that he doesn't have a job, right? He's going to need money somehow. We know that he loves the adrenaline rush. He could be like the sequel would be Johnny starts robbing banks and riding waves in Australia. And then you have like this international element of it. Johnny makes up a new crew and then Tyler gets involved too. And boom, there you go. There's your sequel.
There you go. All right. I like it.
Because otherwise, I don't know what you do. I feel like the boring response would be like, he goes back to America and they don't care that he did all the shit and him and Tyler live boring lives. And they're 10, what did Bodhi call it? A 10 coffin riding down the street?
Yeah, right, 10 coffin, yeah. No, if anything, I would say like, you know, like I said earlier, Bodhi's corpse just like floats up. And then, you know, it's a short sequel.
Yeah.
So I had that, my theory is this movie already has a sequel.
Okay.
So Ohio State quarterback, injured, got him out of the game. Went off, came a police officer, wasn't very good at it. Threw away his badge, retired off to the ocean, living on a boat. You know, he's got that surf life. Has to come back out of retirement when the NFL goes on strike. The movie The Replacements. It's a sneaky sequel to.
Wow, that is not where I thought that was going.
Has to go play in the NFL, right? You know.
Yeah. I forgot about that movie. Wow.
Sneaky
look
sequel.
At you.
Yeah, his name in that movie is like something Falco, but I'm like, it might as well be Johnny Utah, right? It's just sneaky sequel. The Replacements.
Impressive.
Point Break sequel.
I think you might have unofficially figured out the unofficial true sequel to Point Break. That's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into some hot takes and nitpicks because I have a few.
Yeah. You kick us off because I know you've been itching since we started.
Okay. First off, using Tyler to teach him how to surf. Why? Like, why is he's just hornballing. That's all he's doing. He's like, well, I could be an FBI agent and I can hornball it up. Perfect. Right? I'm like, go just pay it. They teach surfing in a place where he's not going to get, yelled at by the locals or whatever. Like go learn to surf with a surfing lesson, a surfing instructor. Why does he have to do Tyler?
Yeah.
Stupid. Like my next one, the raid. We talked about it a little bit. There's no evidence that these dudes are it. In fact, if they had done any detective work, they would have figured out they were out of town during some of the robberies. They would have connected with the DEA and learned that there's a DEA agent. Like there's no reason. They have no evidence. I don't know who approved the raid. They have no evidence. They've given no time of investigation, and there's like literally no reason to do the raid at the time that they do it. No reason whatsoever. Stupid.
So Harp approves the raid because when they go to, like, when the second guy or the other two guys come to relieve them at night, and Angelo gives them the cold pizza, they're walking away, and Angelo tells Johnny that I think he says something like they're just waiting on Harp to approve.
Yeah, and get some sleep. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. Get some sleep. It's going to be an early morning work. So Harp does technically approve it, but like, you're exactly right. How would you not know? I don't know. Maybe agencies don't talk, but like, how would you not know that there is another undercover agent, even if he's with the DEA, there's another undercover agent already in
No,
deep with these
the
dudes.
sequel is like the congressional investigation into, or whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
the interdepartmental investigation into how terrible the LA FBI agency is. Like that's
Mm,
the sequel,
hmm.
investigating all the crimes that they've committed.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Also, again, it's also during that raid. How many times does Johnny stick his gun in his pants? Like he's
Mm.
a gangster or whatever, right? I'm like, he's not using a holster. I'm like, what are you doing?
he's
No one's has a
he's
bulletproof
living it.
vest on for a shootout raid. No, he's
Yeah.
just got his gun just wedged in his waistband. I'm like, I don't know. There's just so many things about that raid that's just like, why didn't they tell the guy with the lawnmower? Be like, hey, stop it. We're gonna do a raid here. And
It's,
then why is he continuing
yeah.
to mow the lawn when there's a huge gigantic shootout next door to his house? Right? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
You would think that there would have been way better preparation, because you know that these dudes are hostile.
There's only
They
four
tried
of
to
them,
beat.
and it's like the two cops that are just sarcastic about everything. They're like, "No,
Yeah.
it's
Like
terrible."
you just got into a fight with these dudes like the day prior or whatever it was. You know that they're hostile and they're violent. Like, how would you just think like, oh, we're gonna knock on the door and just gently arrest all of them?
No, terrible.
Makes no sense. Yeah.
What do you got? I've done a few.
Um, my first one. What are the actual fucking odds that Johnny tries to learn to surf and he just happens to get saved by Tyler, who indirectly gives him access to Bodhi? Like, what are the odds? They're looking on the pier, him and Angelo. He just has his surfboard. He's like, yeah, I gotta get out there and just try to surf, man. And like, he goes under a wave, and Tyler just happens to be the one who pulls him out. Like, the whole thing is, I know it's a fucking movie, but god damn it, dude, it pissed me off when I watched it. I was like, get out of here. Um, Johnny is a former football quarterback star, and he has one of the worst throws I've ever seen on film. Terrible, terrible throw. Not convinced at all. uh, when Johnny and Angelo go to Latigo Beach, when they fight War Child and all of that, when Johnny comes in from surfing, he has a massive walkie-talkie hidden in his beach towel. But like, how dangerous would that be? Because anybody could walk up and like, oh, I'm gonna steal your shit, or like, what's this massive walkie-talkie sticking out of this dude's beach thing? And then if that wasn't bad enough, you have Angelo just on the other side of the street hanging out of his car with binoculars. Look, I mean, you could not stick out more than they did when they're trying to hunt down who the ex-presidents were in that scene. Just really funny.
Completely agree.
And then my last one, more of just like, I don't know, I guess like a hot take. I don't know. But so after the chase scene, Bodhi goes to Johnny's house to take him skydiving. He shows up with the boys and he's like, hey, let's get you dressed. We're going to go out and do something. But like, what are we doing here? They both know who each other are. Like, you can't tell me that Johnny doesn't think that Bodhi didn't see him, or that they were chasing each other the
They
entire
looked
time.
each other in the eyes.
Exactly. Like, they know exactly who they are, but they're pretending like they don't know who each other, like, but I don't know. Just that whole scene. It's like, I
No,
don't know.
Bodhi's plan at the end makes no sense. He's like, because they're panicking after they get chased down by Keanu, and they're like, he's a cop, man. He's an FBI agent, man. Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Bodhi's like, I know exactly what to do. I'm going to take him skydiving. I'm going to kidnap his girlfriend. I'm going to threaten her life, and then I'm going to have him rob a bank so that way he gets in trouble. And then we're going to fly out on a plane to Mexico. And then when we land in Mexico, we'll release her into the Mexican desert, and everything will be fine. I'm like, that's your plan?
Yeah. It's a pretty intricate
I'm like,
plan.
why don't you? He's like, I know exactly what to do. I'm like, do you? Because it's like, what's
Yeah.
happening?
It's just
A better plan would have been like,
oh,
let's just go pressure him into skydiving, and which they kind of like allude to it, like your chute won't work, but like
mhm,
he still goes no matter what. Worst case
yeah.
scenario, you get in the plane, you shoot him in the head, you throw him out the plane and say it was a skydiving accident. Like, why are you
Mhm.
even what this whole convoluted scheme at the end of the movie? It's not a plan. It's just a mess. And then on top of
No.
that, he breaks his one rule. When it's all gone to shit, he's like, this is the rush. I'm gonna make it even more of a rush. We're going into the vault. And I'm like, Bodhi's lost it. Whatever his
Yeah.
plan was doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I alluded
the
it to
whole,
it. Go
yeah,
ahead, sorry.
the whole ending is just, it's, I don't know. But that particular scene, oh, it sticks you because it's like, what are we doing here? Like like you both know who each other are. Like,
It's
why
frustrating.
are we
You're like,
playing
what's
this?
happening? Why are you doing this?
What's it's just goofy. I don't
Yeah.
know. But that's it. There's a long laundry list, but those are some of the ones that stuck out the most to me.
Okay, a couple things for me. I'm going to play a little bit of a game. This is because I found myself being like so many times in this movie, I'm like putting myself in their position.
Mhm.
So, one, not that I would let my wife, get killed in kidnapping, but are you jumping out of a plane? We already talked about that one. Like, what would have to happen for me to jump out of a plane without a parachute? I don't know what would happen. So that's the first one. I can't but who? I don't know. Maybe. I feel like there has to be other solutions, but whatever.
Yeah.
The other one, when Tyler figures out he's an FBI agent and she points the gun at him, I don't know why, and then she shoots the bed next
Yeah.
to you. I'm like, are you staying with that person?
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? You figured out I was going to lie to you because I was an FBI agent. One, if there's ever a job to lie about to your girlfriend, it's like spy, undercover agent. Like those are reasonable.
Yeah.
If I figured out that my wife was a spy our whole life, and she's like, yeah, I'm actually a secret agent. I'm like, man, that makes sense. Of all the jobs to lie about, that would be the one,
Yeah.
And then on
Yeah.
top of that, you figured out, why do you point your gun at him? Why do you shoot the bed next to him? Like, what if you tripped and shot him? Like, what are you doing? Why are you so mad that you're going to shoot him? Are you crazy? And I know it's just to make it look like, because it's right before Bodhi's like, I know exactly what we're going to do. And then you see the gun walking through the room, but it's like, it's just illogical, dramatic purposes. No
exactly.
logic to the scene at all.
No.
Her way she handles it is crazy. And then also, if my wife did that to me, I would have been like, or my girlfriend at the time did that to me, we're not dating anymore.
Yeah.
You're insane.
Yeah. I mean, are you going to jump out of a plane I don't know how long they've been dating, but at this point, we can only imagine that it's just been at most like a couple weeks,
like a summer, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe a month or two, probably max. But she's going to shoot right next to you, and then you're going to jump out of a plane without a parachute to try to save her. It just keeps coming back to Johnny is a terrible FBI agent.
Like, what are you doing, Johnny? So you jump out the plane, okay? Now, luckily, you got to him in time. For some reason, the free fall took you 4.5 minutes, but whatever. That's another nitpick. Both times they jump out of the planes, it takes them forever, when that's not at all. I've gone skydiving. The whole thing, including with the chute open, takes 4 minutes. Okay, max. So besides that, miraculously you got to him, but that's like a 1 in 1,000%, a 1 in 1,000 chance that you're actually going to pull that off. So you don't pull it off. You land in the dirt, you're deader than a doornail, and she's dead. What does it matter then? Like, you're not saving her, right? You're not helping her. Like, if you want to save her, just let Bodhi go. Just let him go.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way she's getting released. I don't know what you're doing, man.
The whole thing is just so stupid. Like, it's almost kind of infuriating at certain points because it's like, this is so dumb. But that's part of the charm, right?
No, that's what the charm of the movie is. The movie's real. It's like I told you, it's a very well made movie with A-list actors. That's a really dumb movie. It's just a dumb, well made movie.
Yeah.
And that's what's charming about it. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other hot takes, nitpicks?
No. I think we've aired it out pretty good throughout because I feel like there's been a lot of just stupidity throughout.
No, it's just it's a cheesy movie. Dialogue is cheesy. I don't know, but it's it's just silly, silly movie. Which is what's fun about, right? You're not meant to think too hard. I think you're meant to kind of get wrapped up in the characters and the world and the adrenaline and just like the characters are. So but anyways. Okay. Let's finish up here. Should this be a classic?
No. It is not a classic. But it is a fun, cheesy 90s movie. And like I said earlier, I think if you just take it for what it is, keep your expectations low. It's an entertaining romp, like 2 hour, whatever it is, but it's definitely not a classic. Cult classic, maybe, but
I get why people like this movie. I get why you would love this movie, especially if you had never seen kind of the frenetic and pacing that this movie has in 1991, the frenetic energy and the fast pace, of the movie. But it's like the set pieces are great, the stunts are great. The plot is dumb. The characterizations of the characters are nonsensical and insane people. It's just a bunch of insane people doing insane things. And for me, I'm like, I found myself watching this movie and being like, okay, that was very entertaining. Oh man, this is so dumb. Oh, that was very entertaining. Oh man, this is so dumb. and so it was okay. I was not a huge fan of this movie. I thought it was fun, but it was. I agree, it's not a classic for me. But I understand why people would like it, and I understand. Hell, I understand why you would like Patrick Swayze in this movie. I just think like that type of philosophy is so full shit to me. It makes him less like, it makes him more villainous to me than maybe it does to other people, but who find themselves thinking along that lines with the corporate world and society and all that whatever blah 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 stuff. So but I'm like, man, I love Gary Busey. I thought he was great.
Yeah. Gary Busey is the best thing about this movie, for sure.
No, he's a crazy person in real life and in many other movies, but I love this movie. He was great in this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you haven't seen this movie, watch it for Gary Busey and you will absolutely love it.
All right. Well, I think that brings us, unless you got any more thoughts, I think that brings us to the end of the show.
No, nothing on my end.
All right, cool. Well, everyone, thank you for listening. If you want to write us an email, we have a Gmail account. It's popcornandpals, all lowercase, all spelled out at gmail.com. Just, give us your movie recommendations. Tell us how wrong we are about Point Break. Yell at us for not giving more thought to Catherine Bigelow and her career. I don't feel like we ever talked about it all that much, but she's got a long career. So sorry if she's your favorite director. We didn't talk about her, but and then also, tell us how annoying we are and all that good stuff. We also have a YouTube channel. It is Popcorn and Pals Pod. We put the podcast up there as well as some shorts. I'm not the best about getting the shorts out very timely. But in the meantime, everyone, thank you so much for listening. And as always, keep popping that popcorn.